And just in time for spring break season, we're about to talk about something related to school. So what's up everyone, welcome back to the Rayon Skyridge channel where we cover all sorts of card game and coaster content. Where today, Bushy Roads gave us another thing amongst the army of other promos that I may or may not talk about. If you guys want to see a breakdown of some of those, make sure to subscribe to see that go live, so I'll probably end up testing some of them. But today, Koro announced its newest manga after Skyride ended. Rest in peace, Skyride. Zero, you my goat. I don't care what they say about Vergla or Deep Lands. Read Skyride. Play the Skyride deck. End of story. But we're talking about not Skyride. We're talking to Mr. Mathman, one of the protagonists of the newest manga. Apparently, there's going to be like 2 of them, I guess. So, all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive on in to MS Paint because we're doing it old school today. We have Formulights Nox. Inserts some sort of Zets reference here. Who is a math droid or something. I don't know what they say on here. Grade 3, look at this. Look at this art. Look at this freaking big. That's way too big. Yeah, there we go. With his roller and other math thing. This is Mr. Mathman. This is Mr. Mathman. That's what we're going to call the deck now. Commence calculations. Seek the solution and victory. I feel like there was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Math thing. I've been playing that game in over a decade. Anyways, this card has 3 different abilities. Let's go ahead and take a look at each one of them in order. Because first one affects everything continuous. Vanguard circle C plus P equals X. Pronounce Formula X. I guess this is your keyword for the deck because everything's going to be a math or whatever. Continuous ability whenever you call a unit or play an order during your main phase. Increase the formula count by 1 until the end of your opponent's next turn. Okay, that's interesting. It's basically a chain count combo. So it's like every time you play one of your orders, well, you can play a order per turn unless you're Gorga, but every time you play an order or call a thing, +1 to your counter. I'm sure there'll be some stuff down the line that will gain stuff based on how high the counter is for your Formula X, and the fact that it's active on your opponent's turn 2 is pretty nice. In case there's some defensive for it. As for first skill, second skill, once per turn. These are both once per turns. Cost, Energy Blast 3. Search your deck for up to 1 order card without Regalis piece. Reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle up that deck. This is the good search, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't your top 5, top 7. This is literally just look for a card and add to your hand. Real quick, diving into deck log, we'll be going back and forth on this. I'll show off a couple of options that you can be running with this guide, knowing literally nothing but the card himself. Basically, this whole bottom row right here. I'm not going over blitzes, by the way. You could also grab blitz orders, which is insane in case you want to run some defensive, because once again, counts on your post turn or whatever. Let's go over these real quick. This is the one everyone cares about right now. I haven't picked any up. I don't have $100 per card. If you guys want to help me get $100 per card, make sure to donate to patreon.com/RayonSkyridge or check me out on TCG Player. Patreon's probably more important. If you guys like what I do here and want to donate $1 to say I'm awesome, maybe some more to have your name in the video or give my dog a treat. Yeah, this is basically the new age find it from drop zone. Take your top 7, call a card, and it has another effect for Nebula Lights that we're not going to pay attention to because this is in fact not Nebula Lights. Yeah, this is like the new hotness for Catter Sanctuary. I don't think it's needed because there's other call cards, but this is a free one. Meteoric Habitat. People care about Meteoric Habitat. Speaking of other call things, we got this one. This is the old faithful. Draw 2, choose 2 from your hand, call them, and discard if not. Plus engine. This costs Counterblast, where that's free, of course. This calls 1 from your damage zone for Counterblast 1. Flips up the damage. It's basically your junior Angel Feather card, except you can't trigger off it, I guess. Then, of course, you have all sorts of other skills, like this is going to let you scry a card. Check your top 3, put them on top of your deck in any order. This is Hexorb without being Hexorb. Another call that's not as good, but I mean, options is options. Check top 2, call 1, put the rest on top of the deck. It's a scry. It's a call and a scry. That's okay, I guess. That's basically what's your counterpower card that does. I'm sitting here somewhere. That one. Then we got 3 Birds in a row. Once again, Counterblast 1. Choose up to 3 grade 1s without Sentinel. Put them bottom of your deck and then draw a card. And this depends on how many grade 1s you're on, but I mean, we're playing an order deck. I don't need to say anything about Saragon. You guys don't already know about Saragon. This is the best friend of order-based decks, and more importantly, Hellraisers. New guide for that will be coming soon. I swear to God, it has been way too long since I've given you a Hellraiser update, and Akane has been testing so well. Speaking of Hellraisers, they also have an order I forgot to include on here, so it'll be just... This is your Energy Blast 2, draw a card and buff your field. Always nice. And last order I'm going over right now is the one that has a full sword. Soul Blast 1, look at top 3, call it a thing, put the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. This is Tsukimi Scry on a top 3 search, which is a little better than your top 2 search, but a little less better than anything, I guess. Pick your poison. There's a lot of options here, is what we're getting at. And the fact that he searches your entire deck instead of just search like top X, Solid. Good out of 10. Anyways, moving on to that last skill before I talk about the other units on that page that you just saw. Once per turn, when this attacks, costs counter blast 1. I'm covering counter blast. Thank you. Choose a grade 3 or lower card from your drop zone, call it to rear guard, and both this unit and that unit get +3 until end of turn for each of your formula counts. When calling a card without Formulights in its name with this ability, that unit's auto abilities do not activate on call and until the end of turn. All of that unit's abilities are nullified. Okay. Couple things to break down about this. First of all, the +3 power does scale. This is like the one effect that we know right now that will tie to your CPX or whatever. Dude, Cedar Point X. Oh, Cedar Point Extreme. So it's effectively like even as a 1 call, even as a 1 or a 2 count, that's calling like 1 card during your main phase or like playing the order that you search with your Energy Blast effect. That's going to net you a 16k grade 3 or a 13k grade 2 that can now hit something unboosted. This also applies to Vanguard as well, so keep that in mind for your scaling power. The more you're able to power them up, the better it scales, the more you're going to hit, which means I think what we could do with this deck, it's going to be a 4 attack deck. Branching into the last half of this deck, which we'll go back to in a second, but effectively you could go first column, you swing boosted. Vanguard will call a new thing over the first attacker and then gain the power. So I think as long as you pass triggers around, or like you go into a couple cards I'm going to talk about for scaling power stuff, you're fine to just do column, Vanguard, unit not boosted, and last column for your 4 attack turn. So hard luck to 4 attacks for now. And before in the future they're going to reveal a Formulights that has some sort of on-call ability to call another card. That's fine. But going into this last part of the effect, the parts that I said we get back to, it's weirdly worded, but it's weirdly worded for a good reason. And that is when calling a thing that's not a Formulights. First of all, it loses auto abilities. Step 1. Step 2, it also loses its other abilities. It makes sense if you just said all abilities are nullified, but it says during that turn that it's placed, all of its abilities are nullified. Ooh, that's 1 sentence, ladies and gentlemen. A little worse than I gave it credit for. I was thinking like it's just shuts off your abilities until end of turn period, but because it's all 1 sentence, waiting for official translation of course, as of now, as of time recording this and going off of all of our translations, it effectively says that its auto abilities are gone for good, but its other abilities will gain back as soon as you end your turn. Interesting on that, I suppose. It does change things a little bit, but I assume it's going to be like another period in there somewhere. Turn off auto abilities, period, then turn off their abilities for end turn, period. Something like that. But yeah, effectively it's going to let you run some wacky shenanigans that we'll get into right about meow. Alright, let's take a look at some fun, funky text, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, all these guys have continuous abilities that say, like, this can't be called 15k grade 2. Oh no. By the way, the 15 grade 2 is also a Hellraiser target. More importantly, it's a 15k, has intercept on it. Cool. Even 1 proc. 1 proc plus 15 equals 18. That's going to be a force of 10k shield unless your opponent defensive triggers. Anything with a 15 body on it is good because of that one thing. And of course, has intercept shield. Enough said. Other 15ks, we of course have this funny guy. There's another one too, but I'm not including it. This is your Dragon Tree support. That's no one ever played because Dragon Tree is interesting deck to play. I'm not saying Dragon Tree is bad. I'm just saying you don't run Dragon Tree support with Dragon Tree. They have their own things. 15k has a couple of continuous abilities, which once again, autos will get shut off. These will come back at the end. First one can't be called unless you're Dragon Tree. That's fine, you negates. Second of all, during your turn, Dragon Tree doesn't matter. Third one does matter. During your turn, it gets +2 for each of your rear guards. This is going to scale, of course, with the fact that you're a Keter deck and probably play 10 bajillion rear guards a turn. And once again, like if you have to play new units, that increases your formula count. The important thing is just the fact that your units will lose their abilities until end of that turn. So effectively, the on-call is going to be a 15k oh no, but as soon as you get to your next turn, you apply that third skill that gives them power for every one of your units. Other skills don't matter. You've already called them at that point. You can ignore its first clause. This guy is another grade 3. When it gets retired by your opponent's ability, Soul Blast, draw a card. This little card draw in case you're running control. That kind of depends on the format you run into, of course. Verg is neutered severely, and that really just bound cards anyways. Is anything else retire right now? Prison and prison stuff. This is weird in the current format, but if retire comes back, that's good. This guy just straight up gets shield. It's a limit break ability. On rearguard or guardian, if your damage zone has 4 more cards, it gets +10 shield. You won't be able to intercept with it because that card's also being hit by the ban list. In your hands, a 10k shield. On the field, it'll be a 23k at limit break, which is solid. Once again, don't forget, you're shutting off abilities until end of turn. So it starts off as this, then as soon as you end your turn, it becomes a 23k defensively and 23k attacker on your next turn. Solid. Limit breaks back, baby. Let's freaking go. Last grade 3 friends. Continuous ability. If your Vanguard's grade 3 or greater and you have no other rear guards, this can't be retired by opponent's card effects. It gets +5. Once again, 18k cannot be retired if retire is in the format. Then these guys are down here just like retire friends, I guess. These are things that you're probably gonna run. Saragon, I already said. This, I'm just putting this in here in place of all your good stuff for retire cards. This is your fusion grade 1. When it boosts, you can retire it to draw a card, or if you drive check, you could soul blast 2, countercharge 1, and give it +5. Neato. You get effects or whatever, I don't freaking know. This is one of the few character pile cards I never actually bothered to get. Speaking of call cards, this is one of the reasons I said that you could boost your first attack, and this is also something that I attack in Alfred. Huge there if you guys want something to put behind your Vanguard that can't be boosted. When you are the unit in the same column as this, attacks gets +5 until the battle. This is an automatic ability, so it will queue with your new card. Whatever column is on the first attack, second attack, call guy. Guy gets +3 for every card in your formula. Guy also gets +5 from her. Definitely can see this being played in the new version of the deck. And then finally, rounding things off, because this is an order-based deck, I do want to go over a few other order cards. Once again, Saragon also applies with orders, not just a field buff. Next to Saragon, we got Teeth Hearts. I think you need to run these, just because you are going to be playing in order every single turn, as long as you keep on using the skill. This is a Teeth Heart clone. This is the classic Teeth Heart. When it's placed other than unit's ability, if you play normal order this turn, Soul Blast 1, check top 5, choose a card equal to or less than your Vanguard's grade, call it, or just add an order to your hand. Also gets +10 if it attacks. So, yeah, this and this. That's Order Core. Those two cards are like why you play orders, and other two cards that are also why you play orders for different reasons. We got this bird. I don't know if you need to play the bird, but just another option for grade 1. If you're, once again, like if you go into control meta and you're afraid of your units ever leaving the field, Drop Zone ability when you play an order. Call it, gets +5. Free card if you play in order. Counter Blast 1, but free card, you know what I mein. Wrapping things up with more Dragon Tree support. Oh my god, we started this section and ended it with Dragon Tree support. That's beautiful. We have one of the Dragon Tree wretches, actually, no, that's insane. I didn't think about that. I was going to completely ignore the first skill, but if you're going to run that grade 3 and you can run him, you could do like a mini Dragon Tree Corp. It would be funny. Oh my god, I wonder if you could Dragon Tree with this. Counter Blast 1, choose one of your cards without a Dragon Tree marker, put a Dragon Tree marker on it. That literally doesn't matter unless you play a Dragon Tree deck, but it could double up for his power, so actually no, it's solid. Yeah, that's solid, because then you can normal call him too. Okay, I like it. So yeah, if you run Soul Out, you can run him. There you go, you have a mini engine. More importantly though, second skill, this is the reason I put him in here. Back row, once per turn, if a rear guard is placed in the front of him, you Counter Blast and draw a card. Actually, I was thinking of the Brant one. That let you do stuff when you play in order, but it's fine. It's fine. Actually, this is really good too. This is an automatic ability. This will trigger when Mr. Man does his thing to call a new card out. That's gonna let you draw a card off of this for Counter Blast 1. Deck thinning. Deck winning. Put up the meme. But yeah, I think that covers Mr. Man himself right now. Nox, the Kamen Rider. Go watch Zets. It's decent so far, and it's actually being simulcasted, so you could watch the official Kamen Rider in English. You have effectively a 4-attack deck with scaling power and the ability to search for orders every turn. Once again, I only went over the normal orders this video, but there's a whole army of blitz ones that you can run as well if you want to do a defensive option. There are options with this deck, which I already like. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, and while you're down there, make sure you subscribe, because you know I'm going to be bringing you plenty of Coaster card game content, including this. I'm going to have a test deck up for this soon, probably, along with several other proxy fights I have planned, and I might have to build it. I don't want to just be that guy, but I've been known to intentionally or not intentionally play pretty much all the main character decks. I'm not the Vanguard protagonist, I swear to God. That guy, I haven't seen him in a while, but he was a Gear Chronicle player. As always, if you guys enjoy this content and want to help support the channel, make sure to drop me a tip on Patreon. I should call it just Patreon. That would make so much more sense. Drop $1, say I'm doing awesome, or give me a little more to give my dog a treat, or have your name up in the video right around here. Or if you don't want to support me that way, you can just check out my card shop on TCG Player, because, you know, we do card stuff here. Makes sense. Until next time, all you guys should probably be getting back to your class school things if you're in that age group. I'm not. Look at this. Look at this. You think I still go to school with this freaking beard? And this? Thank you guys for watching, and always embrace the infinite. Also, if you guys made it to the end, there'll be some more Pokemon content coming soon. I'm got a deck to show off. Kind of want to start streaming champions if you're interested in that. Comment, leave a like, and say what your favorite Pokemon is if you made it to the end of this video.